my vocal
Drum roll,
warm-up.
please.
I don't know that that's
Red
appropriate.
leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
All right. Namaste, yogis. Welcome to our podcast, How Yoga Changed My Life. Welcome, Adrian. Oh, this is Natalie. Welcome, Adrian. Welcome, Nora.
I like it. You're like,
Good
welcome to our
morning,
podcast. Welcome to our podcast.
Oh, yeah. I remember who I am now.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I got Natalie, Adrian, me, and Nora. Welcome.
Hi.
Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. We're doing this on a Sunday morning,
Yeah.
just at the time in San Antonio when the weather's starting to change. 50-degree swing, which I'm super excited about. Can't wait for it to get.
Sweater.
Yes, I can't wait for sweater weather or hoodie weather, sweats weather. Just something so that I don't have to sweat my ass off every day of my life. Today's episode, we want to talk about people be peopling again because we just see so much in the gym. We see so much in the fitness floor, even in classes. And so the question that we have today that we're looking at too is that idea of I worked out, but I didn't document it at all. Did it really happen? And when I mean document, I mean driving up to the gym, preparing my protein shake, taking pictures, filming me coming into the gym, filming me doing my workout, taking a selfie of me in my pants from the backside view. We can definitely talk lots about that when we see around the club. And why do we feel this need to document something that doesn't need to be documented? This is a personal practice of movement. It doesn't matter if you're doing yoga, if you're doing weight training, if you're doing kickboxing. It's about the fact that you're doing it to turn inward. And we can use yoga philosophy to kind of understand that a little bit more. But man, we have officially entered the era of the mirror selfie multiverse, right? Every angle, every corner, every single
all day long.
Mm-hmm. And why do we feel this need to showcase what we're doing? Why? There's so much we can go into today, but this whole conversation started between the three of us because we see, like we said before, a lot of weird shit on the floor.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
So Natalie sent me a text the other night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be trying to see if I can pull it up.
Trying to find me too.
Yes.
And I was on the other end of the floor with a different member.
Yep.
Yeah.
I came as soon as you called, though.
I did.
Because I was like, what? You got to be kidding me. I cannot believe this is where we are in society, in life, in reality, in this dimension. I don't know.
In fashion. Like this is
in
fashion.
Yeah.
So Monday night, I get a text from Natalie. Says, just saw black butt crack leggings with a white seam down the butt crack. I said, what? Like a skunk? Yes.
Yes.
This is her response. So we all know if you've been to the gym or if you've been to a fitness floor, if you've been to a yoga class, if you've been anywhere where you can move, you have probably seen the new style of pants that have been around for a while now, but have definitely picked up some traction over the past few years is the scrunchy butt crack leggings, right?
Yeah. The cinching like right above the butt crack. So it pulls the leggings completely between the ass cheeks.
Yes.
And right up into sweaty, moist spaces, which is disgusting.
Yeah. And they do come in.
Can't.
No, I can't either. Yeah. How do you move?
I laughed so hard I knocked the mic over.
How do you? Yeah. Whose mother doesn't teach their daughter about like hygiene?
That's not a good idea. Right.
Like,
that's not a good idea.
This is not a no.
Well,
this is the exact recipe for a yeast infection. You idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
Even the fact that, like, okay, we've all wear thongs, like we've had to wear thongs in our past, right? It's like that is underwear that goes up your butt, right? And we understand that is also like a layer of protection between said pants and the rest of the universe, right? Mm-hmm. But these leggings, I don't think you can wear underwear with these leggings. At least I've never seen an underwear line around any of those cinchy butt pants. So I'm assuming that they're commando underneath of there. And I'm assuming.
Well, I never wear underwear underneath my leggings.
No,
I'll say that.
no.
I just wear clean leggings.
No, exactly. But we wash them.
I just wear clean leggings.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, they're crazy fashion trends all throughout history. Yeah, God knows there was, the thing in the 80s
Oh, yeah.
with,
The leotards.
Yes, with the really high hips and the belt at the waist and the hair that sticks straight up.
But they wore leggings underneath of said leotard. Remember,
It's true.
Like
It's
there
true.
was a layer of again. I'm going for the layer of protection between said ass crack and the rest of the universe.
I just feel like somehow the bustle is back. Like
Yeah, right.
Like
Yes.
from like the 1900s. Is that what that's from? Or
I
maybe
think
a little
so.
earlier? Like the bustle
18th
is back.
century.
But
Yeah.
Something around then. We weren't
from
history majors back then.
Yeah, I don't. I guess I don't know my
it's
fashion history that well, but yeah, turn of the century.
Are we really at the point where like creating the cinching and pulling the fabric between the butt cracks, that's not enough attention, that now we have to highlight
Now it has to be. Now
we
it
have
has
to change it.
There has
Yeah.
to be a
the
skunk
color so that it's a black and white sort of. I just don't understand the necessity to have someone look at my ass
Well,
crack.
okay, that's exactly it. I was about to say it's not even the fashion itself that bothers me, because I mean, like I wear crazy shit, and honestly, there's no photographic evidence of most of that. And
Thank God.
Thank God, right? You know.
and I've watched my own
Thank
kids wear crazy shit, and it's kind of a rite of passage. However, we're not really talking about teenage fashion or kids fashion. It's a grab for attention,
Mhm.
and that's, maybe it's a generational thing, but the whole idea that I would dress to be looked at the
Mhm.
gym is a little different.
Yeah,
'Cause
this is new.
right, and that my ass crack would be the most important thing that I wanted you to see.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's really different.
I mean, like
it's next level.
it is. And let's be
What
clear.
the-
Like I'm all for women wearing whatever they want to wear. Let's be honest. I really am.
I don't need to like it. You can
I don't
wear
need
it.
to like it. I don't need to be, I'm not offended by it, right? It's your choice to wear what you want to wear.
Furious.
However, what I think is important is when we go to the gym or when we go to a class, when we're moving our bodies, it's more about the internal self rather than the external self. And I think because we're a society that looks outside of ourselves for approval, for fitting in, for being good, or being strong or being fit, that's when we disconnect from what we're actually trying to accomplish in the gym, which is connect muscle to brain so that we know how to move our body safely and get stronger, healthier, and stay alive. When we use fashion to accentuate those areas and we think that that is what we should be doing, right? That's when I'm like, you don't need that shit, girl. Like, you are beautiful the way you are. If you want to wear those pants, by all means, wear those pants. But know that when my ass is walking behind your ass, I'm going to be giggling a little bit at your butt crack.
There you go.
Because you've drawn attention. You've drawn attention to that ass crack. So I am now focused on the white stripe in the black pants, right? Plus, let's also be clear. Don't wear very light colored leggings if you're going to sweat at all.
Yeah.
Especially with a scrunchy ass crack. Because then it just is looking like you either peed or shit your pants.
Yeah, no kidding. I would tell you right now that the things that I can't unsee, the things that are burned into my retinas are from men wearing white leggings.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know.
Hold on. It's like the image.
Is it coming in? No, because I haven't painted it completely yet. Yeah. Let's look at the leg press.
Oh God.
And the leg press, it's at a decline. So the feet are up and the head is down. And
make better choices, please.
If you know this machine at all, you realize exactly what is on display.
Yeah.
The center of the
Would be
sacrum.
the center of his anus
Yes.
is on complete display at that point. Yeah, it becomes completely translucent
Yes.
when sweat is entered into this scenario. So if you have the leg press that's facing towards the center of the gym, which I had to argue with the general manager at a previous place. I was like, look, this is not a great view. This is
Right.
not a great view for anybody.
Right.
You don't
on
want
this
to come
whole
up the
entire
stairs.
floor. Nobody wants to look at this. Can
No.
we just please flip this machine around so that it's facing the wall?
Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
wants to look at the wall while they squat. I was like, what?
They're
Are
not
you
even looking at the
insane?
wall. They're looking at the fucking ceiling. They're laying on their back.
No, what? Yeah, what? Yeah, that, yeah.
Dumb.
He didn't last long.
No.
Anyway,
Well,
yeah.
nope.
So it's also, I think, bringing us into a really dangerous precedent on we can no longer as a institution have dress code violations,
Right.
because women, not just the leggings, but I mean, we just work out in bras now.
Mhm.
And now we're at the point where underwear is no longer required to be under anything.
Right. Right. Well, even
Which I think it's really, really bad when I have to argue that point to, I'm going to call him Fred because I don't know what his name is, but old man Fred, who was a rower 50, 60 years ago, a rower, who comes in his boxer briefs
Oh my God.
every day to work out. And his argument, which was held up by management, is that, well, women can wear their underwear to work out.
He's
And
right.
so now here's his.
Yeah.
And we have no leg to stand on.
No, we don't.
But when I'm trying to train my client on the TRX and he comes up right next to us, and I know you know who my female evening people are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're completely mortified
Yeah.
that this is the situation that's happening next to us.
Mhm.
He's also an interesting cat because he's still wearing leather patent, like almost patent, but not patent, like actual leather shoes to work out in.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Like old football shoes?
Yes,
Old football. Oh,
with
wow.
the boxer briefs
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Holy
and
cow.
a t-shirt with holes in it.
Very interesting. Look, he's taking it to a whole other level.
I know.
Let's loop back to the white leggings on men for a second because I have a great
Do
story
we
for
have
you.
to?
Yeah. No. This was okay. So you know how there's like a big major brand of cycling studios that's all about the look and the feel and the vibe, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
up in, they have them all over the place. They're, $45 to go in and take a class. And the person that's up on the stage is lit up and there's mirrors everywhere.
Oh, no. Yep.
So my friend and I, Hannah, we decided to go downtown to take this guy's class because everybody was talking about how amazing this guy is, right? And we both were cycle instructors. So we're like, we're going. So we show up and it's literally, 50 bikes in the room. Every single bike is a woman. There's not one fucking man in the room. Okay. The guy walks in with shiny white
Oh, no.
leggings.
Shut up.
Oh, no.
And
oh, no.
he was very, very well endowed.
Oh my God.
And the entire front row came in looking like normal, cycling women. Of course, they all had their makeup on, their hair's perfect. He walks in the room, all of them take off their shirts. Now they're in these teeny, tiny little sports bras, right? And my view,
This
I'm
sounds
on
like
the
a movie.
side, kind of in the second or third row. I'm on the side. So my view is right behind him, his ass crack.
Oh my God.
The entire ride. Now, let me tell you, it was
no.
like a sermon on a bike. Like he was preaching. It was like a Sunday morning. You walked out of that class, you were like, yes, I feel amazing. Like he's amazing. But the whole time I'm like, oh my God, his ass is swampy. Like I could see the sweat. Like, oh my God, this is like, he's got a good butt, but like this is way too much for me to see, way too much. But
Too much information.
all
I
the
can
women
think
were
of.
just like, "Bleh," drooling over him. It was the funniest fucking thing ever. And
Suddenly we see why he's so popular and why his
exactly.
class is always full.
Exactly. And so,
Ah,
hey, I get it. Like some people work out so that they can look hot, right? The basis of why I feel like I should move is so that I'm not an asshole. I can move energy. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to go to the gym wearing like a ratty old t-shirt and like ripped up pants or anything like that. Like,
remember when that was okay?
yeah. I mean, it's like,
That was like a minute ago.
yeah, like all I want to
Yeah.
do is be in clothes that
Just-
I can move in.
Yeah.
Right? Just clothes that I can move in. And there's
Yeah.
a lot to be said about women's bodies and how we feel about our bodies, and how when we look in the mirror, we see one thing that we think we're projecting to others, and others see us in a totally different way. But like the idea that we are going out and doing like exercise for show, right?
Right. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right.
Finish
Go
your
ahead.
thought.
No, I was just going to say, like, we have an office that we share at the club, and right outside of our office is a squat rack. And there are always times where people set up a freaking tripod with their phone and record their stuff. Now, okay, if you're training for a bodybuilding competition, if you're trying to protect perfect your form, if you're trying to look to see like what you're doing, fine. I have no problem with you doing it. I don't even have a problem with you doing it just for yourself, or if you want to post it, whatever. But know that you're not seeing yourself. You're not inside your body if you're worried about setting up a tripod and then doing a squat. It's like pay attention to the movement you're doing instead of what does it look like outside, right? Because oftentimes we look for alignment in poses or in exercises, but all of our bodies are different, right? So it's like if I have longer shin bones or leg bones, my squat isn't going to look the same as the squat that I see online that says this is the perfect squat. So it's more about like if you want to showcase your workout, revolution or your evolution in your workouts, great, do it. I got no problem with it. We're just pointing out that there are things to consider when that's your major focus.
Right. Like we've spent a lot of time on this podcast and certainly all day long at our jobs talking about making choices that are healthy for your mental health, healthy for your physical health, good for mental health, good for physical health, good for living your best life. And if your healthy activity, if your healthy movement is focused that acutely on presentation,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to each his own, but again, you're kind of missing the point. And don't get me wrong, like I've got cute leggings in a color that I like, and I wear them to Adrian's class, and and it's all fine. And you can wear your sweaty white leggings, I guess, if you want to. People are going to wear what they wear, and we're going to kind of chuckle behind them, and
Mm-hmm.
and that transaction is it's going to be as it always was. Wear what you want. I'm going to giggle at you, and that's just human nature. That's
Yeah.
not new. But the thing that makes me shake my head is that when someone has gone out of their way to highlight their ass crack and then gone out of their way to photograph it,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't feel like you're taking care of your mental health or your physical health. I
No.
mean,
Absolutely
hey,
not.
if that's what you need out of your day, okay. Um, but certainly our careers are built on helping people make healthier choices,
Yeah.
and that stands out
Yeah.
as not a healthy choice.
Yeah. I think it's also interesting watching at this stage in our lives and looking at the next generation and seeing like the specific Instagram butt pic is the same for everyone.
Yeah.
Is
And
it
that's
the way
really
people stand?
interesting. Yeah, the way they take these pictures, it's
Mm-hmm.
so it's
It's an
crazy.
angle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an angle. And the one that happens right in front of our office door,
Oh yeah,
and
all the
also
time.
and
So many of
also
them
also
daily.
the office door on the other side
Oh yeah.
by the leg press.
Yep.
At those 2
Mhm.
windows, it's like these are the corner windows that are also by the natural light.
Yep.
They're by the
Oh, yeah,
windows.
yeah, yeah.
And
Mhm.
so they go there to those specific 2 spots and they take the exact same photo,
Yep.
which is super interesting to me. I'm like, why do we want to look like everybody else?
Well,
That
yeah, but let's go back to
dangerous.
why are there mirrors?
Mhm.
Why
Yeah.
are there even mirrors?
Well, in
Yeah,
a
I
gym,
always
yeah.
You know?
Traditionally, in a gym where you were working on form, if you didn't have someone spotting you, you had to look to see if you were in alignment.
Right. Right.
I always appreciate
That's
a
from a
yoga.
long time ago.
Right. Well, like I grew up,
Now
yeah.
they're still there because more of what we're talking about, I think.
I think it's
Because
more like there's more mirrors. There's more ways to look. It's like everywhere you look, there's a mirror. It's like 360 degrees. What I find interesting is like when I grew up in yoga, there were some studios I went to that refused to put mirrors in.
Yeah,
And
I
the
always
majority of them,
appreciate that.
yeah, had mirrors. And I first started at a studio that had mirrors. So for me, I was like, I need these because this is helping me see my form. But then
yeah.
as I grew up in yoga in my body and I started to take the poses and use them, it became I can't see myself in the pose because I have to feel myself in
Right.
the pose. And
Absolutely.
that's the
Right.
difference, right? It's like that's the difference, right? Don't look, you can look at yourself, you can film yourself, you can take pictures of yourself, selfie, whatever you need to do to make yourself feel great, okay? Wear whatever you want. But when you are working out specifically, it's inward. You got to feel the exercise.
Right.
So if you're doing it for show and you're doing it inauthentically to
For
yourself,
outward approval.
Right.
right? And
Right.
that's
It's even
it's a
weird
problem.
when people stand immediately in front of the mirror and do bicep curls or whatever it is that they're doing. And
No,
they're like
no. That's in the squat
watching.
rack.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Stand in the middle of the squat rack and do nothing but bicep curls. Oh,
Mhm.
what is wrong with you?
That's
Yep.
a
But they're like
separate problem.
but they're like making love to the mirror
Yes.
as they're doing
Yes,
it. It's not, it's
exactly.
like this intense, weird
Yes.
connection between
And
them.
men are super guilty of it. Like they just stand there and they watch their biceps go and they get as close to the mirror as they can and they're look on their face.
Oh my
They
God,
are
I
making
know.
love to the mirror. They really are.
That's why I call it that.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at them. That's when I have the newbies that are scared to be on the floor and they're
Oh, yeah.
intimidated by other people and stuff. I'm like, honey, they don't even know we're here.
They're
Are
really
you out
not
of your
looking
mind?
at you.
No.
I'm like, look at this one. He's over here making love to the mirror. Look at
Yep.
that one. He's over here. He's, he's got 4 different guys standing around him telling him how hot he is. Like they don't even know. They don't even know we're here.
No.
You have nothing to worry about.
It's so true.
But it's definitely like that dopamine hit, right? It's that dopamine hit of
is.
being like,
I look
ooh,
good.
look at me,
Absolutely.
right? And then it's like
I look
validation from
good.
the outside. It's not
Yeah.
validation. It's like that performing. I'm
Yeah, for sure.
performing. I'm not
Yeah.
working out, and then
Right.
this idea of like, so what I think that's really interesting about all of this is like, if you tie it back to yogic philosophy, right? And you go to the 8 limbs of yoga, and in the 8 limbs, you have all of these different kind of ways of showing up in the world, right? Aparigraha is one, non-grasping. So it's like not grasping for things that aren't already within you, of holding on to things, being content, santosha, right? Being content
Yeah.
with the fact that I can feel my body muscles moving so I know that I'm in alignment, right?
Content with my shape.
Yeah. And then svadhyaya, which is your self-study, so it's like studying yourself. So yeah, I can understand if you're thinking svadhyaya, then you're doing a self-study by watching yourself, but you're not seeing yourself. The mirror image of yourself is not yourself, right? And that we could go super deep on that. And we were talking about it a little bit, even if you go back into history, right? Where it was like there's a few different religions or cultures where when someone passes away, they cover all the mirrors in the house, for a certain number of time. It's days or weeks or whatever, because they don't feel like you need to even look at yourself in the mirror at this time while you're grieving, right? Mirrors were not something that were, or phones were not something that were around when we were little. Like I totally remember going on an airplane, like when I worked at Coors early on in the days, and flew from one place to the other, got in a rental car, happened to look up in the little rear view mirror and saw that I had like major raccoon eyes because I had fallen asleep on the airplane, and nobody fucking told me that I looked like a raccoon. And so I was like, oh my God, I've been walking around like this for how long? Like 6 hours? Like, this is fucking embarrassing.
But I don't know. We were talking about that before we started to record. That yeah, if you watch like documentaries or true crime or whatever form of documentary you like, and you'll see people videos or recordings of people giving interviews from the 1980s, 1990s,
Yeah.
and everybody looks pretty rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's just because we weren't constantly taking pictures of ourselves. Nobody thought maybe I should touch up by 3 p.m.
Right.
and
Yeah, right.
try to look picture ready every fucking second of the
Exactly.
day.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just exhausting.
It does.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I think part of the thing that I think is the most concerning is how young these behaviors are
Yeah.
are showing. Like for us, I don't know if you guys are aware, because I don't think either one of you were in the cycle space. But I used to teach cycle where
Oh,
we
yeah.
are.
Yeah. I've
And
taught a cycle class in there before.
so we're talking junior high age boys. Somehow I probably from a school that's right next to us. Somebody it caught on that our cycle studio had, and I quote, the perfect aesthetic
Oh.
for photographs in underwear. Um,
Oh.
and so this has become an ongoing problem with minors. We're talking about minor age kids, teenagers, but
Oh
they
my
think
God.
they're cool. And they've gotten it from somebody that taking off their shirt and their, bigger shorts so that they're just in their
Skivvies.
underwear, and they're pulling them up so that you can see their quads, their baby quads that they've tried to. Anyway, I'm just like, guys, what are we doing? But that's where it's starting at a really young
Oh,
age, and
big
that's
time.
really, really concerning to me. Because we are looking for that outward approval already, and looking for the dopamine hit
Mm-hmm.
at 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 14 and
Oh, for
13 years
sure.
old. It's like,
It's
holy shit, these
validation.
guys have so many
Yeah.
other things that are going on. The chemicals in their brain are changing, everything's happening, and then we're relying on this. Um, yeah, it's gotten really bad at our place
No, it
because
has.
no,
It really
because it's
has.
in a different part of the building that doesn't
Yeah, it
get
is tucked away. It's
frequented
super
as
tucked
much.
away. Like,
Right.
I wonder why they built it that way.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
certainly, people could frequent it for a long time before anyone figured it out. Yeah.
Correct, which is why it's gotten so far out of control. But I just that what were we talking about earlier? That like looking glass self,
Yeah. Yeah.
like looking for that, um performing for an imagined audience,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and instead of working on yourself to prepare yourself and present yourself to the world as a
Right.
better person.
I used to really feel that when I first started yoga, first couple of years when I was, well, I'm going to say performing yoga rather
Mm-hmm.
than practicing yoga. Um, as I've mentioned before, I come from a dance background. And so dance, two things about dance is number one, there is perfection.
Mm-hmm.
There is a perfect line, a perfect way to do every move. And the other thing is, of course, it's performative.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you're performing with an inside perfection. And I accidentally took that mindset into my yoga practice and into the yoga studio.
Mm.
And so every movement, I was making adjustments. I was reaching higher. I was paying attention to the arc of my neck and my head. I was all these things. And some of that is a part of yoga because, yoga is lines. Yoga's
It's energy
geometry
lines.
of the body.
Yeah.
You're making shapes, you're making energy, moving energy. Um, but where it differs, where it separates from dance is it's not performative. And we've talked a lot about how can my body do this pose, for my body, for my shape, for my strength. And that of course doesn't exist in dance. And so my triangle pose is going to look different than somebody else's. Um, and it wasn't until I went through teacher training, where I started to notice it. And I was like, okay, I need to calm down, for lack of better words.
Yeah.
But just I'm having trouble articulating it, but the idea that every movement had to be perfect as if someone was looking at it. I'm going to put all of
Right.
my energy into reaching up. I'm going to put all of my energy into the forward fold. I'm going to put all of my energy into the perfect lines of the perfect warrior two. And each transition is going to be perfection.
No, that totally makes sense though, Natalie. Think about it from
It's
your
like you're not connected with the mental part and the
right.
spiritual part of it
Right.
if you're performing.
The
Yeah.
yoga pose is a shape, right?
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah.
not a perfect shape because there's not a perfect body. But it's
Yeah.
when you like you said, the lines, right? There's energy lines in a yoga pose. So it's where is the energy going in the pose? So when you first start practicing, it's like, okay, I'm gonna try to get my body to look something like this shape, right? I'm gonna use this pose and kind of transform it into my body, right? As like a little map. It's not going to look like what it looks like in the pictures online or in the books or whatever, or the person next to me, but I want to be able to start to feel and move the energy in my body. So if I know that in Warrior 2, my outstretched arms, I'm reaching through my fingertips, right? When my feet are down, I'm driving down and out into my back foot. I'm anchoring my front big toe and heel down. Like I'm trying to find the energy. But when we're just looking at the exterior, it's like we're going to the grocery store, we're looking at a cantaloupe, we go home, we cut it open, and it's rotten inside. Right? It's that's kind of what we're talking
where is she
about.
going with this
Absolutely.
metaphor? But
I know,
you're
sorry.
right.
I'm always weird with my little
I
metaphors.
know, but I mean, I get it. Like, I totally get it. Like when you brought in the cantaloupe, I was like, what? And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, look at that. She landed it.
I landed that plane. But it's true. Like that is the really big thing is like we are so focused on outwardly looking like the part, looking like we know what we're doing instead of embodying it. Because outwardly looking around, you are always comparing yourself, right? Brene Brown, one of my favorite quotes is comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
Comparison is the thief of joy. And it shouldn't be, it is because we are creatures of, wanting approval, wanting to be seen, wanting to be accepted. Human connection is one of the most primal needs we have is connection. But we're not connecting only through a picture, a video, a outward physical appearance. We should be connecting deeper. And that deeper connection is really what fires us. This loop of like dopamine hit of a post, likes, followers, right? Then I go viral, and then I'm constantly trying to like keep up with the times and keep up with people. It's exhausting, and it's not exhausting. It's not putting you and your health and your wellness first. You're missing the point. When you go to the gym, if you're the one that likes to set up a tripod because that makes you feel good, great. But let me ask you this. What's your form look like? What's your changes that you've seen in your body? What's the strength that you've developed? Have you've achieved the goals that you've wanted for yourself besides Instagram and social media and popularity and approval?
Yeah. Is it about the white line up your ass crack, or is it about the 200 pounds you just deadlifted.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Like, I think we need to, yeah, look at what you're performing. Like,
Performance
just
is a
not,
big thing. Yeah.
yeah. Like, are you performing or are you training?
Yep. And
Yeah.
everything's
Yeah.
not a stage, right? It shouldn't be like we're not on stage. We always feel like we're being looked at. Is that something that we feel like, okay, if I'm constantly feeling like I'm being looked at, then I have to be on my best behavior. Right.
Mhm.
So then when people then are not being looked at, what are they acting like? Are they acting the
Mhm.
same? Are they dressing the same? Are they working out the same? Because if you're dressed to the nine, you got your tripod set up and you're working out, right? And you look really, really healthy, but then you go home and you eat Cheetos and Coke and you're, a mess, then you're not representing yourself. You're not being authentic, right? That's a disconnection that we talk about in yoga. This idea of like, I want to look like this, but I actually feel like this. It's the
Right, right,
opposite. It's
right.
like, feel like this, you'll look like that.
Yeah, I
Right.
know we've really focused on clothes and social media pics. And absolutely that sounds judgmental. Um, but I want to articulate that it's not the leggings, it's not the photographs, it's that's not the thing that disturbs us. Um, it's that I can see that someone is performing for an audience rather than caring for themselves. And it breaks my heart a
Yes.
little bit. It
Hmm.
breaks my heart a little
Absolutely.
bit. And I mean, I am a middle-aged woman and I work in fitness. And so it breaks my heart on two levels. Like, number one, I've been a young woman who was told that my value was in how I looked, and what I brought into the room was how I looked.
Mhm.
And everybody has, it's a rite of passage. You got to find it yourself. But from this vantage point, I look at young women and young men, for sure, with their bicep curls and 6 inches from the mirror.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And it's like, it breaks my heart a little bit that that's what they're after.
Yeah.
It is the image that they're presenting to strangers and the performing for strangers. And then as a health professional, as a fitness professional, really, um, the fact that this can change their life. Yoga can change their life. Fitness can change their life. Um, and they're so close. They're in the building,
Hmm.
and but all they're getting out of it
But
is
they're missing
perform.
the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're performing for strangers, and it breaks my heart a little bit.
Yeah.
And so when I complain about skunk leggings,
Hmm.
what's really going on is I'm just like,
We're
oh
sad.
shit,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're
like
not judging
you,
you. We're not judging you. It's about that we're noticing how much you crave to be seen.
yeah, and that breaks my heart.
You're just craving to be seen, and if physicality is something that you're relying on, know that as a 50-year-old woman, physicality changes.
Yeah,
So if you're
it
okay
does.
with change and physicality, but find something else. If you're craving to be seen from the inside out, right? Show up as you, because the outside will reflect the inside eventually, right? And it's
Yeah, I'd
not,
love to see you do this for you
yeah.
rather than do it for the photos or do it for your partner or do it, I
Well,
don't know.
I mean, let's talk
I'd
about
love to
like
see you do it for you.
our private clients. Like our private
Mhm.
clients, like that takes some balls. Let's be honest. It takes balls to go and work with a personal trainer, because you are putting yourself out there to be looked at and studied by someone else,
Mhm.
right? And see, like, because I remember when I first worked with a trainer and they're like, yeah, that you're not doing that right. Like, that's not good form. Like, that's not the way
Laura
you're
calls
supposed to
me
do
on
it.
my shit all day, every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm thinking, oh, I'm doing, again, I revert back to the performative. Oh, we're doing plank. I can plank. Like, I can plank all day long. Look at me, my abs. I'm so strong. I'm a Pilates princess. And then she walks over and she like makes adjustments. And I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
it's harder
Or
now.
or she's like, lift your top leg.
Mm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you made it harder.
Just
I
like,
was
you clearly need something harder. Let's stop.
Right.
Let's stop playing here, Natalie.
Right.
That's too perfect. Yeah, let's
or
pick
as
up that
often as
tablet.
not, I'm making some little adjustment that I didn't realize I was making to make it easier for me. Like my
Yeah.
body has just intuitively
Compensated. Yeah.
compensated, and
Mhm.
Laura calls me on my shit. And I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't realize that I had done that. But one of the things I love about working with a trainer is there is no mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't get anywhere near a mirror.
Hmm.
I can't perform for myself. And every time I think I'm the shit, Laura calls me on it.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Thank you, Laura.
Yeah.
I love you.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you just go by outward appearance only and like what you look like physically when you work out,
Mhm.
and then you actually like, I think it would be an interesting little challenge is if we had an Instagram influencer with the cinchy butt cracks leggings and we put them, it would be a study. It would be like a social experiment. We put them in a room with no mirrors and videotape
Mm.
them secretively, not telling them. Okay. And then we put them on
And
the
then we get
floor.
arrested.
Yeah. No, we get their sign. No, they'll sign a waiver. They'll sign a waiver for sure. There's a signing of waivers, right? And then we put them on the floor with the same, with their same setup and have them work out and then compare the same workout,
Oh yeah. Track
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
workout.
right?
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
think would
for
happen? Do you
sure.
think that
Yeah.
I think sometimes form would fail because they're not connected to their brain and their
Mhm.
muscle. They're connected to their eyes looking at their body.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Neuromusculature recognition has to happen within.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't get the same feedback.
Nora,
It's a different loop.
give a little nerdy little spiel about that. About like your brain and muscle connection. Please.
It's just engagement. You can go through the motions of doing things. Like if you're looking at it, I guess performatively speaking,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
look at somebody on a stage and you're like, oh, I can do that. And then you go to mimic the same movement that they're doing. If you don't think I am making my bicep go from a long, skinny muscle
Mhm.
into a tight, rounded muscle, then you're not engaging or activating as many muscle fibers as
Mhm.
possible. And when you don't activate the muscle fibers, you don't get the full effect of you're going through the motions of
Right.
that motion instead of actually completing the mechanism. And so that's where concentration and control come in Pilates.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awareness.
That's what
Right.
Joseph Pilates understood at way before anybody else did, I think.
Mhm.
Said if you're not focusing your attention on making that muscle really activate, or in gyrotonic, when we learn to narrow the pelvis, that very internal, but also activation. It's like activate your inner thighs, but don't close your legs.
Mhm.
Most people don't know how to do that.
No.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
that having that connection from the brain to the muscle specifically, and getting it to kick in and getting it to activate and to then complete the movement, um, it's like we're skipping a step.
Yeah.
If you
Mhm.
just go to complete the movement without activating all of the fibers and actually sending that energy into that space to make that muscle change shape, then you're not really doing it. It's not
No.
100%. You get maybe 70%, sometimes less. Wait, with our new people that haven't moved ever
Yeah.
properly in their life and they're 60 plus years old, you're getting
Mhm.
like 40% connection at that
Right.
point. I mean, it's really
Right.
bad. I would love
There.
to talk to Joey about this.
I know. I know. Well, we're gonna have Joey on the
Because
podcast soon.
I would love to talk to him.
Yeah, you
But
guys
it
need to
is,
get
you
over
can watch and you can see the difference, right? It's like it's in a private session when you're doing an
it.
intro with
Mhm.
somebody they've never done Pilates before, and you're really trying to get them to feel. Most women can't feel the space between their belly button and their pubic bone
No, they can't.
muscularly,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
They feel cramps there. They can feel all kinds of other things there, digestive issues, but they don't feel the low belly engaged.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Most people can't figure out how to engage their pelvic floor. These are very internal concepts, but neuromusculature recognition is how it happens.
Right.
So it
Well,
takes a lot of control and really concentration and focus on that specific body area and that motion in order to get it to work.
As I bring it back to yoga, I mean, that's why there are 8 limbs. There's
Hmm.
the pranayama, there's the breath. There's, oh God, I can't pronounce all of these, you guys.
oh,
But there's meditation, there's concentration, the
Yeah.
Sanskrit. Help me with the Sanskrit, Adrian.
there's
There's dhyana,
santoshas,
dhara.
there's
Yeah,
dhyana, there's
right.
brahmacharya, there's svadhyaya. All of these
The
are like,
dharana.
yeah, there's all of these different pratyahara, aparigraha, all of these Sanskrit words mean things like non-grasping, non-harming, non-attachment, breathing, movement, all of these like like a connection to self or connection to
Right.
all.
I mean, the 8 limbs, it's like, okay, yes, movement, postures is one of them, but so is breath, so is concentration, so is meditation. These are,
And they're all internally focused,
Hmm.
right?
and that's exactly it.
There, and then the
Yeah.
yamas and the niyamas of like your morals and your ethics, right? How you show up in the world and how you take care of yourself, or how you show up for yourself. But like,
And it's
what?
not a coincidence that 2 separate forms of exercise would have things that are not movement based, that
Mhm.
would say you need to breathe and you need to concentrate and you need to activate. Like these are, of course, you can't work the body and without working the mind, like the mind body connection. It's like it's 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 not a coincidence that yoga and Pilates would both have
Right.
um mental exercises and physical exercises.
Well, let's also think about it this way too, like going back to kind of what Nora was talking about, like the muscle mind connection. So do you guys ever notice that like when you start your week with your clients and with your classes, like there's usually like one thread, for me at least I notice this, one thread of consistency throughout the conversations, the topics, the theme, whatever it may be, with almost all of my clients during a week. And maybe it's because I'm bringing that concentration because I noticed it, but it feels like it's something that I can kind of riff off of with them for the week, if you, for lack of a better term. This week, it seemed to be connection of muscle and brain. And so I noticed that a lot of people, like if you're doing in Pilates, if you're doing a single leg stretch exercise where you're laying on your back, your knees are in your chest, you kick one leg out, you squeeze the other knee in, kick the other leg out, and you alternate. So if I'm watching my clients, a lot of times it just looks like a leg is just being kind of thrown out there, right? It's like a noodly leg.
Right.
So,
Very little muscle engagement.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you look at Warrior 2, I stood in front of my client. We were talking about muscle engagement. I was like, okay, I'm in Warrior 2. How do I look? She's like, perfect. It looks great. I'm like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just standing here in the pose. I'm like, now I'm going to activate all the muscles that I should be activating while I'm in this posture. What changed? And she's like, whoa. Well, now it actually looks like you're doing something. You're not just holding a shape. And I'm like, exactly. But to get someone to understand that, I had a great conversation with one of my favorite clients this week. And she was like, I go, when you're kicking your legs out, I want you to stretch your legs. I want you to think about the fifth line, like we learn in gyro, of the energy coming through your heel or the energy coming through your toes. Like make your legs longer from the center out, like activate. And so once I stood up and I said, I'm going to stand here and I'm just going to stand. Put your hands on the outside of my legs, like above my knees, right? And I'm just going to stand here. You don't feel anything happening, right? No,
Right.
nothing. And I said, now I'm going to push down into my feet and out into my feet. And it was like, whoa, I feel that. All the engagement in the outside of your legs. It's like, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Is if you just hang around in your body, like, if I could like, put you in front of an x-ray vision and see that you're just like melting muscles over bones and just, hanging in your joints. And then I see you start to engage everything. It's like you begin to find that power within yourself. And instead of looking outwardly to fix the shape, I want you to start to think about, how do I connect? How do I bring the energy in and how do I lengthen out? Because then I'm not going to get hurt as much, right? I mean, yeah, there's a chance I'll get hurt. So fuck that. But, we're not doctors. We're just, women.
Yogis.
We're just yogis. We're just personal trainers. We're just these people that like to move. But at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own fucking body. That's it. You're responsible for it. So if you want to show it off, if you want to put the camera up and you want to show everybody everything you're doing, great. But I want you to make sure that you're listening inward, that you're not holding on to the approvals that you get on Instagram or the approvals that you get from people in the gym saying, wow, your squat or your scrunchy ass crack is amazing. Just remember that like you can dress to feel however you want to feel. We want you to feel free to dress the way you want to feel. But what we want you to do is work the fuck out smart.
Yeah.
Work out smart.
Yeah. And do it to be strong and healthy and to make yourself the best version that you possibly can, not for the dopamine hit.
Yep.
Because that's going to go and you're going to have to do more and more and more to get that same satisfaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do it for you.
Yeah. I
Do
mean,
it for you.
if we can't be alone with our reflection, we're not seeing ourselves. We're not seeing who we think others want to see. Right? We want to show up as us. And we don't, you know what? I think that even if you
I love
take
that,
it,
Adrian. We want to show up as us.
we want
wanna
to show up as us.
for us.
Yes. And like we're not going to get any better because someone else likes our posts or shares our posts or comments on our posts. What's going to make us better is by not being attached to those things, to be able to control and regulate our nervous system through our breath and through our meditation, to be able to move energy and rid ourselves of feelings, of emotion, of memories, of stored energy in movement practices. But it comes from the inside out. So don't worry about the outside as much. Focus on the inside. And then all of a sudden, you'll look in the mirror one day and be like, damn, who's that bitch over there? She's hot. All right, let's wrap this up, ladies, because we've been talking for a little bit. And this was fun. This was perfect because I really want our listeners to understand that, like, we're here to help you feel better in your body. We're here to point out everything that's great about you. We're not here to tear you down. We're not here to make you feel badly about yourself. We want you to come in. We see, and I say this to all my clients, I don't see the shit that you see in the mirror. I see a body that I can move and make feel better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see. So even Natalie made fun of me yesterday a couple of times because I had my clients next to her clients in the studio. And what did you say? I have a mean streak.
Oh, yeah, you do have a mean streak. Because you're like, you can do more. She says it really friendly. You can do more.
Mm-hmm.
You can do more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm all whispering, she has a mean streak. You're not done. You think you're done. You're not done. She has a mean streak.
Now I'm going to make you hold it for a little while.
And then when you're done, she's going to make you pulse.
Exactly. But I know that they can do it. And if they fail, great. Because then they just proved they went a step further than they thought they could.
Adrian loves to go, yes, you can.
Oh
yes, you can. She's watching them suffer. Yes, you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you can.
But I won't
Absolutely.
I hardly ever say beautiful or amazing.
Okay, I say that all day long.
Yeah, I refuse to say that because I want them to, I can't see if they're beautiful, amazing, right? Like we just talked about Warrior 2, they could look like they're doing it and they're not doing anything. So I affirm what I see. Yes, I see you. Yes, you can do this. Good. You're doing it. But I'm also told you this week too, I'm really fucking annoyed with all of my annoying little, word patterns constantly.
I say beautifully done.
There you go. I like that. That's even
nice.
Better. Yeah. All right.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Or I'll say, yes, that's it. And they'll stop. And I'm like, no. That doesn't mean that's it. It's like, yes, that's it. You're doing it.
Yes, keep going.
Keep going.
Yes, do that again. Wait. Don't forget what we just did. Do it again.
Yeah, again and again. And I'll do that too. Like, I'll be like, and again. But I think hopefully I'm just annoying myself and not all of my clients. But we'll see. So guys, thanks so much for taking time out to have this fun people be peopling conversation. It's so great to get different perspectives on kind of how in the gym, in the fitness center, in the classroom, in the club, in the rooms, you're just people be peopling, and we love you all. So if you have people be peopling stories, share them with us. Let us start to share your stories on our podcast. You can send us your people be peopling stories via DM at Yoga Changed. You can send us an email, yogachange@gmail.com. One thing I will really ask is that if you're listening to this podcast and you like it, please leave us a review. On Apple Podcasts, you can leave us a written review, a 5-star review. Spotify, you can do a star review. You can comment on different episodes. But we really want to hear from you. We want you guys to understand that, like, when it comes to movement, everybody can move in a certain way. We want you to move smart. We want you to breathe, and we want you to have fun. So don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and become a part of our crazy yoga, How Yoga Changed My Life, a podcast community. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you.
I was going to say goodbye now.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
Goodbye now. See ya.